I am so happy to see the amount of people who came out today to celebrate TCBN's 10-year anniversary. The people who were here were all people who were, there from the beginning before TCBN was even created, and they're still interested, they're still staying tuned, they want to see the outcomes for community benefits, they're very passionate about the work. So it was really good to have them in the house today, celebrating with each other, looking at our accomplishments to date.
10 years is to be celebrated. And today we are here to celebrate 10 years of Toronto community benefits. My name is William Yuku. Welcome to AfriCanada Stream. During this celebration, See Canada come together to show its love to TCBN. With the participation from esteemed government officials and captivating performances by various artists, we were honored to have Clarke Walker, former Executive VP and Secretary-Treasurer of the Canadian Labour Congress, as our esteemed guest speaker, alongside keynote speaker Julian Gross, a leading expert on community benefit in land use, development, and public infrastructure. Stay tuned as we delve into the insight shared by our esteemed participants. But before that, what is community benefit movement?
Thank you. This has been a great event. The community benefits movement has been building for about 30 years in the United States and Canada. It's really a vision of people across all different races, across different neighborhoods, across different communities, coming together to build a better society for themselves. That sounds very broad, but it plays out on real decisions that the government has to make. The government of Toronto, the provincial government, about land use development, about neighborhoods, about transportation, and the community benefits movement envisions that those decisions will be made with input from the people who are most affected by those decisions, and with commitments regarding equity and community benefits that are legally binding and that are fulfilled over a period of years as these projects are built.
Well, the Community Benefits Network is a coalition of labor and community groups seeking racial justice within our society and having decent jobs and decent job opportunities, being able to create a framework that decision makers look at and realize is the good path forward for people is really, really important. Because you can have policies, but unless people come in behind those policies, believe that they'll make a difference in lives, they won't be as impactful. The Community Benefits Network has been built on trust between trade unions, between community leaders, between elected representatives, of saying we can provide an amazing path for people to have careers, whether it's in construction trades or in the white-collar, professional admin and technical work. A lot of things that were done in other parts of North America that we patterned our work on never had a path for professionals on white-collar, kids who'd come out of college and university and seeking to do that career. And that's a huge thing that the Toronto Community Benefits Network has achieved. But fundamentally, it's gone to the decision makers of Canada's largest city and said there should be a framework when the city is imagining building its future in a negotiated, enforceable framework that ensures that the path to careers are open for every resident, particularly Black, Indigenous, people of color, women, that have not been necessarily part of that shared prosperity in the past and need to be part of it in the future.
What is the situation of it here in Canada?
I think the movement is strong, the interest is strong, and the tools and how it's being implemented is catching up. I think the government needs to catch up to the movement that is being developed among labor and among community-based organizations and advocates to have a better vision of government that is more responsive to community and delivers community benefits when it does big things.
members of our board of directors.
Yes, we have Sean.
Please stand up and wave.
We have Kayla.
Vice President of the Toronto Community Benefits Network currently.
And Stephen Paladin, our Secretary Treasurer.
10 years is to be celebrated. What are those big achievements that you are proud of?
A framework agreement with the City of Toronto, seeing young people from the local community having a chance to start their apprenticeship on projects that are in their backyard. Seeing the amount of folks from Toronto who are involved, right? It has grown exponentially. Seeing the good work that Rosemary Powell, the executive director of TCBN, has done, seeing how progressive the board of directors is in guiding Rosemary and the staff, and just making a difference, and seeing that other organization emulates what the TCBN has been doing over the years, right? Those are very impactful things that I'm very proud of TCBN for doing.
For TCBN, I think our biggest achievement has been the many ways in which TCBN has helped to pave a pathway for underrepresented groups into the construction industry through community benefits agreements. And once those agreements are achieved, we support the implementation of the agreement. So when the agreement is signed and there's a commitment, TCBN is still there afterwards to make sure that there's a very good pathway for those people that want to get into that industry, can learn about it, and if they want to really pursue it, then we have other phases and stages that they can go through so that they're ready to be recruited. And I think those are huge, I guess it's more than one, huge accomplishments, I think, over this. We've had, many hundreds of young men, second career people, women, who have, gotten jobs in the industry as a result.
Everyone, let me first congratulate TCBN on their 10th anniversary. 10 years. I know that Rosemary may not remember this, but in 2008, as the Executive Vice President of the CLC, I was stripped of files and sent back to Toronto. And while I was initially very upset about it, it ended up being the beginning of what you see here. It gave me an opportunity to come back and work to build a dialogue between labor and community. And I would like to think that TCBN benefited from that education that was happening during that time, as many community members had no idea what labor did. At that time, Jennifer Robinson was chair of the Malvern Community Coalition, of which I was a member, and became the co-chair when Jennifer stepped down. We were all part of Action for Neighborhood Change, the Action for ACN project. Rosemary was at the Jane and Finch Center, Prince, Victor Beausoleil, and others were running programs in Rexdale. And we're all up-and-coming leaders participating in the work. So I'm immensely proud to be here today and congratulate TCBN on 10 years of doing all the things we talked about and putting those words into action.
You are one of the people who had to give a testimony today about the TCBN, the Toronto Community Benefits. For you, why is it important to have the Toronto Community Benefits in our community?
So I'm the past president of CUPE Local 79, representing the City of Toronto Inside Workers. I'm no longer president. I'm still in leadership. But I've been involved in the labor movement supporting TCBN over the years. And I just think they do such great work, making sure there's diversity in the construction industry. It's important.
Pourquoi est-ce que c'était important pour vous d'être ici?
Parce que c'est primordial de pouvoir voir le travail de la communauté avec différents groupes qui peuvent être réunis et on peut voir l'impact que ça a sur notre ville et sur notre pays en général.
Et quand vous parlez de l'impact, c'est quoi cet impact-là que vous pensez que le TCBN a sur notre communauté et sur notre pays?
La TCBN, ce qu'on fait, c'est qu'en fait, il tisse des liens entre la communauté d'un point de vue local à un point de vue laboral. Et ça, c'est extrêmement important. Parce que ce que ça donne, c'est que ça donne une opportunité aux gens, à tous les niveaux, de pouvoir être intégrés dans une communauté et d'en faire partie d'une manière intégrale. Et c'est ça qui est important, parce qu'on fait tous partie de cette communauté. Il n'y a pas personne qui est isolé.
Among the people that have participated here today, we have those leading other communities. And here we have someone from the community of Kenya in Toronto, people who originated from Kenya. So he's going to present himself and tell us why it was important for him to be here with us. How are you, sir?
Fine, thank you. My name is Dismas Kibungei, the president of Diaspora Youth Network. And my main reason for being here is because we find that these people are here to support us. We make sure that the people from the diaspora community, they join the trades. We want them to find this is a good career. When you get here, there's always something for you. This is a space whereby you can grow in career-wise, you can grow financially, and you can grow and take care of your family.
If you was to tell the community that you are leading here, the youth of Kenya, if you were to tell them something, what can it be?
What I'll say is this: the world is growing. We are about building the world up. So if you're out there and you're looking for a career to join the trades. This is the place where there's money, there's space for you to grow. Everything that you need is over here. Yes.
I see the whole family with us here, and I believe that everyone has something to say for this 10th anniversary. Can you tell us first what motivates you to be here today?
What motivates us to be here is that the struggle continues, that racial discrimination is still alive today, and that many people, they had their speeches and they made us realize that there's so much happening in Canada and around the world. We have to be aware, and not just aware, we have to fight against it. That's why we're here. We're fighting for our communities.
And something to say?
Yeah, so for sure, we want to promote especially women and racialized women in the trades. So as African descent, it's kind of stigmatized when you're all about the environment, all about sustainability, all about building. So we want to promote women in the trades. We want to promote Toronto Community Benefits Network to keep doing the great work that they do. It's 10 years of a lot of hard work. They have the right connections, and we want to support them all the way to the end.
How did you enjoy today?
Fun.
What did you like?
Meeting new people, seeing them perform, and do dances and everything and sing. Amazing.
What about you? What did you enjoy today?
I probably enjoyed the dancing and the shawarma, the Shelby's shawarma.
Why do you feel celebrating TCBN?
All right. First of all, my name is Elena. The official name is Mehrzad Taqizadeh. I am really obliged. I'm really pleased, to be part of the TCBN groups, and I'm really collaborating with them for a long time. It means a lot to me, and I enjoy, their programs. And of course, today it's a great day for the TCBN, which they are celebrating the 10th anniversary, and it has been gratefully, I can say productive for most of the youths as well as especially the black communities. And I am proud to be among the black community to give them the really big hug and a big, huge, thank you to all of them for this participation, for the enjoyment, as well as the achievement that they have done during all these 10 years, especially since last almost 1.5 years that I know them and I'm collaborating with them. It's a great, great pleasure to be over here with all of them, as well as the nice people that they are really, working for their community.
Where do you see Toronto community benefits in 10 years like today?
Well, I'd like in 10 years there not be any need for a Toronto community benefits. I'd like in 10 years that we have a more a system that's a system where we don't have to be promoting equity, diversity, and inclusion. A system that level the playing field for everyone. A system that encourages everyone to enjoy the economic prosperity of the city of Toronto. So, if that happens, then yes, we've achieved our goals, and and I would be happily retired at that point. Yes.
For the 10 years to come, what can you tell them?
Redouble the effort. Redouble the effort, because sometimes governments change and aren't as committed. And so we need to redouble the effort to continue to build. Yeah.
A decade of excellence. So if you had something to tell them.
Incredible work by the Toronto Community Benefits Network over a full decade. Amazing accomplishments, but I think that they're just getting started, and they're going to keep fighting the good fight and going to keep making change for the communities of Toronto for many, many more years.
The importance of keeping your energy aimed at a goal that is about social solidarity.
I think perseverance has been key. 10 years doesn't come overnight. It comes through building bridges, through building relationships and opportunities for people. So one must persevere. These things don't happen overnight.
I want to thank you, everyone, especially Toronto Community Benefits Network. Thank you for having us. Thank you for all the work that you do. Thank you to all the partners. Thank you to our ancestors. And I just want to keep praying that we keep fighting for our own people.
What my last word would be is just never give up on your dreams. Keep on trying.
We say that we're doing the work for you, but nothing for us without us. These are people who they've got an opportunity through community benefits, and they didn't just leave it there. They turned around and they make sure that they are supporting the next generation of workers to get into the industry, to get into their unions, to be able to access the community benefits, jobs and opportunities that are being created. And we're so proud of you. Thank you very much for your support and leadership.
Now look at the camera and say a word, maybe a word of thanks for those who have been with you for the 10 years. I know you didn't make it alone. There are organizations which has been with you, and there are people who have been with you. If you can even say their name, say them.
We thank all our community and labor partners who were there with TCBN from day one and who continue to stand with us and to walk the journey with us. We thank our foundation partners, the Atkinson Foundation, Metcalf, and the United Way, for being there and helping to sustain the work that we're doing. We thank our union partners, the Carpenters Union, the Operating Engineers, LAUNA 183 and 506, the Operating Engineers and Sheet Metal Workers Local 30, so many other unions who are supporting the incredible work that we're doing, who without them there would absolutely be no way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you again in the next 10 years.
Absolutely. We will be here. We'll be even stronger. The movement is growing.